Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's not Friday, but I am doing a crypto interest rates and news update. It's actually Thursday, the 24th of December today. I normally do these on a Friday, but it's Christmas Day tomorrow. And then next week, obviously, it will be the 1st of January on the Friday. So I'm doing a very brief update, literally a few minutes update before I finish for the year. And starting as always with interest accounts, any new coins, anything like that. Nothing major to announce. I will be going over this, maybe tweaking it between Christmas and New Year, make sure everything's shipshape for the beginning of the new year. And there are some changes coming in the beginning of the new year that we will mention in a minute. But just looking at the token prices, basically. So we've got Cryptocom, which is CRO. We've got Celsius token and Nexo. Celsius having a fantastic week to round off the year. Well, not quite round off the year. We've got 1 week to go, but a really strong week, sort of like closing out the year, up 26.2%. And considering the sort of like fluctuations in prices, particularly some altcoins over the last few days, XRP being absolutely decimated. The court case, pending court case from the SEC has knocked about 50% of its value, 50% of its kind of price, and a lot of altcoins have tanked on the kind of back of that. But not so for Celsius Network, up 26.2% over the last 7 days, really good. Nexo down a bit, down 6%. So its recent gains seem to have kind of peaked for now. Crypto.com down 14.3%. Did say a little while ago I thought it could go down as low as kind of 5 cents, and then I kind of like changed my mind a little bit because Bitcoin jumped up so much. I thought in dollar terms it would probably stay a little bit higher than that, maybe around the 6 cents, but it seems to be dropping again a little bit. So not a great end of the year for Crypto.com. We'll have to see what happens over the next week, but a really positive week for Celsius Network. They're doing really well at the moment. The Celsius token is up massively. I will be doing my final passive income update video next Wednesday, I think Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll be looking at the price of Celsius Network token, because I've been paid out in that all year, and I'll be showing you exactly how it's kind of performed compared to being paid out in the same token, so being paid out in kind in Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. So yeah, great week for Celsius. Bit disappointing for Nexo after the really strong few months it's had, and a pretty poor week for Crypto.com. Talking about Crypto.com, the new Supercharger event, so that runs out in 4 days. We'll have the current one, which is BTC, and then the next one will be Zilliqa, so $250,000 for that. If you have CRO lying around and you are eligible, you can dump them in the Supercharger. Unlike the syndicate events and stuff like that, there aren't as many prerequisites, no trading prerequisites, anything like that. You can just dump your CRO in the Supercharger and you can move it in and out at will. So as you say, this Bitcoin one, which I am actually participating in with some of my leftover CRO, will be finishing in 4 days. And then the way the Supercharger works, basically you have 30 days a charging period. So you put your CRO in, and for 30 days it kind of charges up, and it takes a balance, I think, on an hourly, it takes a snapshot on an hourly basis, and then after that 30 days you then get 30 days of being paid out. So there'll be 30 days of accumulating kind of Zilliqa, or accumulating the ability to earn it, and then 30 more days where it'll be drip fed into your account on the exchange. So if you do have spare CRO, maybe take a look at the Supercharger event. Ledn, quite interesting. So this is quite a big change, because Ledn, and one of the things I really like about kind of Ledn is that they lock, or traditionally and over the last 6 months have locked their prices. So they have had basically sort of like best in kind rates for the last 6 months. So they locked these about 5 or 6 months ago, and they were locked till the end of the year. So this was Bitcoin at 6.5%. If we jump back to the spreadsheet, it was Bitcoin at 6.5% and USDT at 11.7. Now this changes as of the 1st of January, and the Bitcoin rate will be dropping by 0.25% down to 6.25, but USDC will be going up to 12.25. So I believe they're still best, or will still be the best in terms of like for like kind of rates. So BlockFi, obviously the first 2.5 at 6%, slightly lower. You'd have to look at Crypto.com, the flexible one, in order to be like for like with no CRO locked up, 1.5%. Celsius paid in kind would be 4.5%, or if you're in the US, 6.2, but only on the first, I think that's the first 2 Bitcoin now. So Ledn, it will be 6.25, but on an unlimited number of Bitcoin, and Nexo would be 5%, sorry, the earning kind and base rate. And I believe it'd probably be market leading, also 12.25% for USDC as well. So 8.6 on Binance would be 6, the equivalent one on Crypto.com, 10.5 on Celsius Network, and 8 on Nexo.io. So I'm a big fan of Ledn. I do have probably the majority of my Bitcoin, or the most Bitcoin, in Ledn as opposed to the other platforms, followed by a BlockFi and then kind of Celsius. But yeah, they will be tweaking their rates, and then I believe they're going to be tweaking them on a monthly basis. So these rates will be locked in for a kind of month, and then I believe at the beginning of each month they may or may not tweak them. Now in the past they have stayed the same for quite a period of time, very similar to BlockFi. So I don't imagine a huge amount of changes, but we'll see how that pans out going forward. But a little bit disappointing dropping 0.25% on Bitcoin, but really good for USDC if you do have that. And then finally, also for Ledn, nice piece here. So this was the interview. They send out a weekly sort of newsletter. I'll put links to this in the description below. But there was an interesting bit this last week on what drives the saving accounts interest rate. So they just announced that they're changing their rates, or tweaking their rates as of the beginning of January. And you can see here from Mauricio, where he kind of breaks down exactly what drives the account's interest rate. So very interesting, not just for Ledn, but for the market as a whole, but particularly for your Ledn, interesting to hear exactly what drives their kind of rates and the tweaks to those. So that's it for this update. I said it was a quick one. It will be. Happy Christmas to everybody. Hopefully I will see you on the next video next Wednesday. If you're just following this series, I will see you on the 1st of January, so it'll be a new year. So happy new year for then. Thanks very much for watching. As always, if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will do my best to get back to them. But I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Look after yourselves, take care, and have a great day. Bye bye.